From ancient methods to modern contraceptives, the quest for controlling and planning pregnancies has had a profound impact on societies and individuals alike. Our voyage begins in ancient times, where various civilizations sought ways to prevent or delay pregnancies. In ancient Egypt, women used a mixture of honey, acacia leaves, and lint as vaginal suppositories to create a hostile environment for sperm. Similarly, ancient Greeks utilized natural substances like olive oil, honey, and cedar resin as spermicides. Moving forward to ancient Rome, women used barrier methods such as pessaries made from wool soaked in vinegar or a mixture of olive oil and cedar resin. These methods aimed to block the entrance of sperm into the cervix. In Asia, early forms of condoms were made from animal intestines or silk paper. As we transition to the Middle Ages, the dominant influence of religion shaped attitudes towards birth control. The Roman Catholic Church, in particular, maintained a strict stance against contraception, considering it sinful and against the natural order. However, some herbal remedies and traditional practices persisted, such as the use of plants like silphium and pennyroyal as abortifacients. Fast forward to the 19th century, a pivotal period in the history of birth control. The Industrial Revolution brought significant social and economic changes, leading to a growing desire for family planning. It was during this time that the concept of contraception gained momentum. In the mid-1800s, the first rubber condoms were introduced, providing a more reliable barrier method. However, they were expensive and often associated with immorality. Birth control advocates like Charles Knowlton and Annie Besant faced legal and societal opposition as they spread knowledge about contraception. The 20th century witnessed remarkable progress in birth control methods. In the early 1900s, the development of diaphragms and cervical caps offered women more control over their reproductive choices. The first intrauterine device, IUD, was also created, although it took several decades to gain widespread acceptance. In the 1950s, the introduction of hormonal contraceptives revolutionized birth control. The oral contraceptive pill, commonly known as the pill, became a symbol of women's liberation and sparked a sexual revolution. It provided a highly effective and reversible method of preventing pregnancies. However, its availability and acceptance varied worldwide due to cultural and legal factors. As the 20th century progressed, further advancements were made in contraceptive technology. Barrier methods like male and female condoms developed further, offering improved protection against sexually transmitted infections. Additionally, long-acting reversible contraceptives, LARCs, such as hormonal implants and intrauterine devices gained popularity due to their convenience and effectiveness. The history of birth control is not limited to scientific breakthroughs alone. It is interwoven with social movements and legal battles. Organizations like Planned Parenthood and pioneers like Margaret Sanger played a crucial role in advocating for reproductive rights, access to contraception, and comprehensive sex education. In recent years, the advent of emergency contraception, such as the morning-after pill, has provided an additional option for preventing unintended pregnancies. Furthermore, advancements in technology have led to the development of fertility tracking apps, non-hormonal contraceptive methods, and male contraceptives that are currently being researched and tested. Today, birth control methods continue to evolve, aiming to provide individuals with a range of options that suit their preferences and needs. The history of birth control is a testament to humanity's ongoing pursuit of reproductive autonomy, gender equality, and the ability to plan and shape our own futures. Here are some interesting facts about the history of birth control. 1. Ancient Egyptians used crocodile dung as a contraceptive. Although it may sound bizarre to us today, they believed that the acidic nature of the dung acted as a spermicide. 2. In the 16th century, Italian physician Gabriele Falloppio conducted experiments on women using condoms made of linen. He observed that they were highly effective at preventing pregnancies and protecting against sexually transmitted infections. 3. The early birth control movement faced significant opposition. In the United States, the Comstock Act of 1873 made it illegal to distribute information about contraception or related products. It wasn't until 1936 that the U.S. federal courts ruled that doctors could legally prescribe contraception. 4. The development of the birth control pill involved collaboration between a biologist, a chemist, and a Catholic gynecologist. Biologist Gregory Pincus, chemist Carl Gerossi, and gynecologist John Rock worked together to create the first oral contraceptive pill, which was approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration in 1960. 5. The first intrauterine devices, IUDs, were made of materials such as gold, silver, and silk threads. These early versions were not as effective or safe as modern IUDs, and it wasn't until the mid-20th century that IUDs made of safer materials like plastic gained popularity. 6. In the 19th century, cervical caps were often made from unusual materials, such as beeswax or silver. These caps were molded to fit the cervix and were used as a barrier method of contraception. 7. The birth control movement in the United States gained significant momentum in the 20th century, largely due to the efforts of Margaret Sanger. In 1916, Sanger opened the first birth control clinic in the US, which eventually led to the establishment of Planned Parenthood. 8. The introduction of the birth control pill in the 1960s sparked a cultural revolution. It allowed women to have greater control over their reproductive choices, leading to changes in gender roles, family dynamics, and sexual behavior. 9. The male condom, one of the most commonly used forms of contraception today, dates back to ancient times. The earliest known depiction of a condom is a 12,000-year-old cave painting in France, which shows a man wearing an animal bladder as protection during sexual intercourse. 10. The development of emergency contraception, commonly known as the morning after pill, provided a way to prevent pregnancy after unprotected sex or contraceptive failure. It was first approved for use in the United States in 1998, and has since become widely available in many countries. These intriguing facts highlight the diverse and sometimes surprising aspects of the history of birth control. They demonstrate the ingenuity, perseverance, and societal shifts that have shaped our understanding and access to contraception throughout the ages.